Hey, Shalom, 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 everyone. My name is Zachariah Howder, and I'm coming back with another lesson prophesying the downfall of Babylon, aka America, home where all the gross abomination occur. I'm just coming back with doing a walkabout, heading over to the lake, go over to the lake. I said I'm gonna try to leave, if it's the Lord's will, through the Spirit. I go over there and bring out some precepts and go over some Bible prophecy, and link some of the scripture with some of what's going on in the world today. Right now we got many great sorrows that's coming upon us here in the daughter of Babylon. The Negro, Latino, Native American. Man, I was just walking. I'm just walking, right? And this car flew by me, man. Flew by us, man. And man, like they was doing about a shit. This is a 35-mile-per-hour zone. Like they was doing about 60, 70. They was speeding, man. I said, damn. This thing wasn't no kids out there, You know how kids are. Got this here, So, but that's how you can tell we in the end of this thing, because the way people carry themselves. Ain't that Wayne? That's like my guy Wayne. Ain't that Wayne? How you doing, brother? I thought you was my boy Wheelchair Wayne. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Okay, no, I thought you was Wayne, man. How you doing there? All right, my brother. You want me to get on first, or you? Yeah, you get on first. All right. How you doing? Let me get on here first, brother. Let me get this right here. How you doing? So that car was speeding, man. I was like, damn. But hey, this is how people drive. When I had my vehicle, that's what happened to me, People speed and was behind me and shit. Tailgate me, man. I had to force me to make a turn. And I went, you're supposed to turn, you're supposed to be going the speed limit, and then you're supposed to slow down and then make the right turn. So when I made the right turn, I ended up going head on to another car coming, and that car was on too far out of their lane, going toward the sidewalk. So, man, and I had about 10,000, 12,000. About 10,000 to their investment. So they just, through my spirit, I said, man, I'm just fuck this shit. You see? I said, man, from that point on, I just said, man, I'm gonna serve the Lord, man. I went full-fledged, quit that job, and said, I'm gonna stay on this program, and then just serve the Lord. That's what I've been doing ever since. Okay? So let's go into some scripture. All right. We're gonna start here in we'll start in second Ezra. Hold on here. We're gonna start second Ezra. I don't know. I want to find out. Said many great sorrows. Let's get that scripture. Many great sorrows. Let's see here. Many great sorrows. Come on, man. Don't start this on me, man. Many great sorrows. Or many great miseries. many great miseries in the latter days. Okay, that's where I want to go. Second Edward. Yeah, let's read this here. We're going to start in Second Edward, the 8th chapter, and we're going to start at 50 and read to 60. All right. Second Edward chapter 8 verse 50, it reads, "For many great misery shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world." Why, Lord? Because they have walked in great pride. See, so our people have walked in great pride, you know. So many great misery coming our way, you know. And they done already started with the northern kingdom, man, you know. And see, after they don't start going out the northern kingdom, then they're going to start coming out to Judah, the southern kingdom, you know. But hey, fuck that shit. We got to have faith in the Lord, you know. It says here, it said, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world." Why, Lord? Because they have walked in great pride. But understand thou for thyself and see, say what? And see out the glory for such as be like thee. So this is what starting with the elder apostles and bishops and the like-minded men on down with myself doing, you know. We trying to be around people that's into this thing, that know about the truth. They don't woke up, they don't repent, they don't return back to the Lord with their whole heart. You know, we got to surround ourselves around these people like them in these latter days, because if we don't, then the wrath of the Lord won't come against us. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't want none of that smoke. No. And our goal is to go out and wake up our people. So that's what I do on the highways and byways. You know, when I meet sisters and brothers out there, you know, try to bring the true gospel to them so that they can be edified. And, you know, all I can do is plant the seed. But it's up to them for them to take the grass hold to the seed, you know. But yeah, but hey, that's a blessing, because our people wake up. The Lord put that spirit on them. They waking up in these latter days, man. A lot of our people, man, that I never thought would start considering, you know. Shit, that's a beautiful thing. While our people waking up, these devils, they fall, you know. Hey, this place is divided. I'm gonna show y'all in the video that I got set up. And we'll go further off into this thing. Right now, the Lord is turning these curses on our enemies. That's why we know we at the end, and our people waking up, because the Lord is turning these curses on our enemies, man. The people that hate us, that hate the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Americans, you know, and these specklebirds. What's going on, my brother? How you doing there? You alright?
I'm Mexican, homie.
Hey, so they don't make nothing. That's just another word, man. We scattered all over, bro. Do your research, man. Do your research.
I don't need to do research. I've been to the joint.
No, that ain't about the joint, brother. We
in and out.
All right, brother.
I done been here, I done been Mexico, I done lived it all, homie.
Let me keep on going. I'm doing the lesson here, brother.
Done it all.
Okay, let me see. What was we here? So the Lord gonna, you know, the thing is.
Yes, peace,
Let me keep going here. Okay, what was it? It said here, let me see here. What was it? It said here, but understand thou for thyself and seek out, say what? And seek out for the it said for the such be like thee. So we gotta be around people that's into the truth, that you know that's enlightened. Because you got a lot of our people, like my man that got on the bus, man, he don't even know what this thing is about. It's about our people waking up. See, the Lord done blinded them people, man. He done blinded a lot of our people, man. They do. You smell like a liquor stove, you know? Can't argue with no food, so I ain't trying to go back and forth with nobody. I didn't come into this thing to go back and forth with people, you know? If they can't get it, if they don't understand, then that means the Lord ain't dealing with them, you know? So let's read that again. Let's read that again. That just registered right there. You see, the Lord made me to bring out that scripture and show the difference. It said, for many, let's read it again. It said, for many great miseries shall be done, this is verse 50, shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. See, a lot of our people, they want to put away the worldly thing for the spiritual thing. And then also, the Leviticus talk about the whole world as well. From a spiritual standpoint. It says, Shell, you talking about the joint, man. I've been in the joint too, bro. You know, but hey, that ain't about that, bro. It's about right now waking up and you know, trying to, prepare for judgment, right? It said, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. See? Why, Lord? Because they have walked in great pride. Let's look up that word, great pride. I'm gonna take my time, man, go through some of these words. Do a word search. Hold on, y'all, bear with me here. Let's look it up.
Washington, transfer point, map 14.
Damn, man, that baby had the whole bus thing. Damn. Great pride. Great means, it said Old English, great, English, great, big, tall, thick, stout, massive, coarse, from West Germanic, grunter, coarse, thick, source also from Old Saxon, rock. Old Frisian, rat, Dutch, root, German, rob, great. If the original sense was coarse, it is perhaps from pie, root, to rub, grind, feel, notion, of course, grain, then coarse, then great. But the connection is not free from the difficulty. I just got this site. I'm still trying to figure out how to read it properly. It's a lot here. this here. I know what I'm gonna do. Let's go here. I'm gonna go to the blue level. Let's get it out of the blue level. Great pride. Jeremiah 13 verse 9, it said, thus saith Yahweh, after this manner will I mar the pride of Judah and a great pride of Jerusalem. See, hey, that's why we fail, man, because we had all, and then right now our people to this day, they still believe in that philosophy, man, proud to be American, so on and so forth, you know. You know, and then our people, they fall in the way to be heathen, you know, be heathen nation. So they done adapted to lifestyle and philosophy of the adversary, which is Esau Edom. Okay, it said here, I'm gonna start at 8. It said, then the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, thus saith Yahweh, after this manner will I mar the pride of Judah and the great pride of Jerusalem. So the Lord is saying here, then I received this message from the Lord. This is what Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai said. This shows how I will rot away the pride of Judah and Jerusalem. So the Lord ain't gonna rot away the pride of Judah and Jerusalem. Let's get that word right. So this what's going on right now. Hold on. Rot is man. Rot. This says chiefly of animal or vegetable matter, decay or caused to decay by the action of bacteria and fungi, decompose. So, metaphorically speaking, you know, as like an onion be rotten, this is how our mentality portray this metaphor. You know, that's the best way I can describe it right now. So our character, our character why we robbing away, you know, those who haven't woke up, you know. This is, let's read this again. It said, chiefly of animal or vegetable matter, decay or caused to decay by the action of bacteria and fungi, decompose. Okay, one, it said, it's a noun, there was the verb part, noun and noun. It said to process of decaying. Okay, it said the leaves were turning black with rot. See, this is how our heart is, you know, as far as being here on the earth in this sense. This said, definition number 2, it said a process of deterioration, a decline in standards. See, so this one fit what I'm saying. Wow. Okay, let's go back to let's read that again. It said a process of deterioration, a decline in standards. This is what's going on right now here in America. You know, AKA daughter of Babylon, spiritual Sodom, Egypt. Okay, let's go back to the scripture. It says here, this is what Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai said. This shows how I will rock away the pride of Judah and Jerusalem. See? So hey, we pick this shit up from them heathen nations, man. You know, I'm proud to be American. You know? I bet you a lot of our people ain't proud to be American now since they done down, especially a lot of these people, they went out and voted for Trump. Hey, we don't supposed to be voting at all, you know? But see, that's the mindset of our people, man. They believe in this system. Okay, let's move on. Let's go back to so it says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they are walking in a great pride. Verse 51, it said, but understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. Verse 52, it said, for unto you in paradise open, the tree of life is planted. The time is coming, is prepared, plenty is made ready, a city is builded, and rest is allowed. Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. See, so hey, you know, when you come into this truth and trust in the Lord with the whole heart, man, and it's like a chain, it's relief off the mind, you know. I know for me, you know, 10 years ago, I was like happy, and then in a sense, I was like, you know, I couldn't believe it at first, and then, you know, as I sift through the information, I finally settled down, and then, you know, it was a process, you know, it was an ongoing process, but the thing is, you know, that's why one got to look up. You can't just, you know, when you listen to the teacher, yeah, you need a teacher. So when you listen to the teacher, if you got the wrong teacher, he'll lead you down the wrong path. So, you know, I'm grateful that the Lord directed me through the Spirit to the right people, man. You know, the right Israelite camp, which is GMS. Men out of Greater Millstone 1 West. Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, and the like-minded men on down with them, you know, in the priesthood, you know. So, man, it's brutal. So I'm still learning, you know, I'm still a student in this thing. You know, even though I've been in it for about 10 years or more counting, it's still a learning process. You know? Like the Lord said, we got to keep our hand on the plow. Let me get that. Then I'll come back to this. now iniquity and now wickedness reap the same. See? It said, the sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg and harvest and have nothing. See, hey, so this is what's gonna happen to 2/3 of our people, man. Those that's not into this truth, man, and believe in their own thoughts, lean on their own understanding, trying to come up another way, believing, trusting in the devil, Esau Edom. It said here, do the plowman plow all day the snow? It said do if he open and break the clouds of his ground. Hosea chapter 10 verse 11, it said, Ephraim is as a heifer that is taught and loveth to tread out the corn, but I pass over upon her fair neck. I will make Ephraim to ride Judah plow, and Jacob shall break his plow. Amos chapter 6 verse 12, it says, shall horses run upon the rock? Will one plow there with oxen? For ye have turned judgment into gall, and the fruit of righteousness into hemlock. Dang. Lord have way with your words, what? So he addressed me 2/3, you know. Hold on here, I got one I want to get. That ain't the precept that I wanted. So hold on for a second. Keep the hands on the plow. Oh, it's Luke 9:62. Okay. It said, and Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit. Say what? Is fit. Say what? Is fit for the kingdom of power. So when you go into that word power, it translates to Yahushua, Lord Yahushua.
Oh my God.
At G430, we're about to even call Jesus Christ. Okay. That's the one I wanted. So when you go into this word power, I mean God in this verse here, it's theos. The etymology is of certain infinity, a deity, especially with the supreme divinity. Okay, biblical usage, a god, a goddess, a general name of deities or divinity, the Godhead Trinity, God the Father, see, God the Father, the first person in the Trinity. See, these are all Edomite words, you know. Holy Spirit, the third person in the Trinity, spoken of the only true God, refers to the thing of God. It said, whatever can in any respect be likened unto God or resemble him in any way, God represents a vice-regent, magistrate, and judge, see? Okay, it said theos of uncertain affinity, a deity, especially with G 5588, the supreme deity, figuratively a magistrate by Hebrew, a very exceedingly godly, Godward. Okay. So this, that, these, etc. is a significant rendering other than this, that, these are counted in the KJV translation above. Okay, right here it says here, the Son. Let's get this one right here. So he's the power. I'll bring out, let's get Matthew chapter 4, verse 21. It said, and going on from thence, he saw other two brethren, James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother, in a ship with Zebedee, their father, mended their nets, and he called them. Matthew chapter 10, verse 2. And the name of the 12 apostles are these. The first Simon, who is called Peter, Andrew, his brother, James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother, Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, Matthew, publican James, the son of Alphaeus, Lebbaeus, whose surname was Thaddeus. So it said, for the Son of Man is come to save which was lost. See? So he sanctioned the disciples, man, go out through the earth, man, and started in Jerusalem, and they traveled, you know, and on his death after he was risen. This when he sanctioned, commanded them to do these things. He told them not to go in the other nations like the Gentiles. You know, I'm just paraphrasing. But I don't want to go off the subject. So let's go back to second Edward. Hold on, bear with me. How much time we in 30 minutes, so let's go and get to the subject at hand. I'm going to some of the articles. Let me see here. Come on now. Second Ezra chapter 8 verse 1 again. It said, and he answered me saying, hold on, I'm the wrong version. 50. It said, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter times shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Verse 51, it said, but understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. See, so we got to be around people that's like us, that's into this truth, and know this 100% truth, you know, and you know, speaking the same thing. Okay, it said, for unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared. It said, plenteousness is made ready, a city is built, the rest is allowed. Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. See? It said, the root of evil is sealed up from you, weakness, and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. See, so this is what's coming. Verse 54 says, sorrow are past, and in the end is showed the treasure of immortality. See, this is what we fight for. But see, Esau Edom knows that the Lord he got his hopefully elect, man. He gonna deliver on this side. Okay? The rest they ain't gonna be burnt. And you're gonna preserve the elite for slavery. It said here, it said the root of evil is sealed up from you. Weakness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. Verse 54 says, sorrow are past, and in the end he'll show the treasure of immortality. See? Verse 55, it said, and therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. See? So hey, they already been sealed. You know, I don't care how much only thing we can do, we can't make these people get it. Okay? I just read it. So hey, the Lord sealed these people already. You know, only He the one can open them up to this truth. It said, for when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High. See, when you go up against the prophet, and so you going up against, you despise the Most High. Okay, when they go up against the men, the like-minded men on down as myself, I mean the elder apostles and bishops and the like-minded men on down as myself, then you reject the Lord. It says here, of course, when they had liberty, see, they got liberty now, but what they doing? They doing what's evil before the Lord, right? Mark, the scoffers, the prophets, you know? It said, well, when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High thought, scorn of His law, and forsook His way. Verse 57, it said, moreover, they had trodden down His righteousness. Okay, verse 58, it said, and said in their heart that there is no God, yea, and that knowing they must die. See, verse 59, it said, for as things of course said shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. For it was not His will that men should come to naught. Verse 60, it said, but they which be created have defiled the name of Him that made them. See, they called on fake Christ, they called on Christ, in Christ, you know, all these different names, Yahuwah, Yahshua, Yeshua. Man, all that, you know, we done told them, man, that there was no E, O, or U in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, man. You know? So now, if y'all, okay, no J, no O, or no E, or no U in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. Okay, so y'all know. Because I got new people on my chat. Okay? Okay, let's get some more. Okay, what was, now let's go back to, let's go to the article. Okay, what was it? So it's talking about the U.S. military. Let's read some of the article. I got the video on it, but they all saying the same, you know. But we got to, you know, we trying to stay on track of it because everything changed, everything in progress. Okay. It said the threat China possessed is not imminent. We hope not, but it certainly could be. But beyond our borders and beyond our neighborhood, we are reorienting toward deterring aggression by communist China. So America trying to pick fight, they already stretched thin, and they still trying to fight, go up against. It's about their hegemony, man. You know, China is competing with their hegemony, and you know they say it not, but hey, you know everybody we know what's going on. You know, it says here. It said we are orienting towards deterring aggression by communist China. Those who long for peace must prepare for war. That don't make no sense. These people speak with a double thought, a double mind. It said those who long for peace must prepare for war, and that's exactly what we're doing. Nobody knows what China will ultimately do, but they are preparing, and therefore we must be ready as well. See, hey, after you done did something to somebody, man, and so they taking the approach, hey man, we bombed these people in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. Hey, these people might come at us certain. They got the power. They got the power now, military, financially, you know. So they pose a threat to the Edomite supremacy, right? It said, we are reorienting towards deterring aggression by communist China. Those who long for peace must prepare for war, and that's exactly what we are doing. Nobody knows what China will ultimately do, but they are preparing, and therefore we must be really, we must be ready as well. The U.S. Secretary of Defense gave an extremely hawkish speech in which he repeatedly referred to China as a threat. Let's stop there. I'm going to look up that word, hawkish. Hawkish.
Approaching 38th Street. Transfer code to 913.
Hawkish. Okay, we got something here. It says sense of militaristic. It was from 1965, from hawk in the transfer sense. Okay, it says here hawk C1300, hawk earlier hawk 1200 from Old English hopper. West Saxon, here from Mercian, hop from Proto-Germanic, habu, cuz, adjective word, element, English, ESC of the nativity, a contrary of later use of nature or character of, from Proto-Germanic suffix. So it said here, fighting engaged in warfare from Old French militant fighting, and directly from Latin militantum, nominative, militants, present participle of military serve. Okay, organized as a U.S. territory in 1838, admitting as a state 1846 name for the river ultimately from the name of the native people of Chiriri, branch of the Sioux family said. Okay. So yeah, man, so that's what that word means. Huh. Okay, so let's go back. What was it? Said hawkish speech in which he repeatedly referred to China as a threat. And he said in no certain terms that the U.S. military is preparing for war. I'm not exaggerating. Listen to this clip. So I got the clip. Let me see here. Preparing for war. I am not exaggerating. Listen to this clip. Here of the U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says that the U.S. is preparing for war, although in typical Orwellian fashion. He claimed that the U.S. must prepare for war in order to achieve peace. The motto of my first platoon, the first one I led was those who long for peace must prepare for war. And that's exactly what we're doing. We are preparing for war in order to deter war, to achieve peace through strength. So essentially, war is peace, is the message of the Trump administration, Pentagon. Trump administration's Pentagon. This has been a slogan that has been constantly repeated by Pete Hegseth. Peace. I mean, he said that Trump wants through strength, and he said that the U.S. empire wants to reestablish deterrence. And in the speech, Hegseth repeatedly said that Donald Trump will not hesitate to use military force if the U.S. consider it necessary. The United States is in the Western Hemisphere, very far away from Asia, and the U.S. is the leader of NATO, which is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. However, the U.S. claims to be a Pacific power, largely because the U.S. state of Hawaii is located in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, but also because the U.S. has militarized many countries in the Asian Pacific region, including South Korea and Japan, that have been militarily occupied by the U.S. for over 70 years. In fact, the U.S. Defense Secretary.
Quarterly service changes will begin for some routes on Saturday, June 14th. Get details and view your updated schedules now at metrotransit.org.
They say, in fact, the U.S. Defense Secretary joked about this in his speech. He noted that in just 4 months after the Trump administration entered office, he had already visited the Asian Pacific region 2 different times, although he referred to it as the Pacific Ocean. And he said clearly that the U.S. is here to stay in this region on the other side of the world, as was mentioned. I'm certainly proud, to be back in the Indo-Pacific for the second time as Secretary of the Defense. And I'm going to keep coming back and back and back again. Wow. It said, where did I stop at? Y'all bear with me here. Let me getting off here. And y'all bear with me. I have to find where I stopped at. All right. Hold on, drive. I'm getting off too. Yeah, I got everything. Make sure I got coffee. Did I get my coffee? Yeah, I got it. All right, take care, driver. So yeah, man. Living in some exciting times, boy. Use their restroom. Yeah, I'm back. So let's go through this thing. Let me see here. Go my butt. Might as well jump on it now. Yeah. So yeah, man. Hold on here. When I get to my campsite, what I do is we'll go through the video and yeah, we'll go through the video. So let me keep reading here. Oh, excuse me. Just keep reading here. Oh, man, you won't even let me sit down. I'm going to pull out. All right, what was we here? All right, so it says here, I'm gonna start right here. It says that was how P. Hensick began to this very hawkish. Oh, that's too far. Let me see. Let's start right here. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna start right here. It said the U.S. empire wants to control the entire region, and he repeatedly referred to China as a threat. See, America always want to control somebody else, something that's not theirs. Okay. It says here, and he told China, "You are not going to kick the U.S. empire out of this region. A threat gathers. It requires confronting obvious truth, and it requires meeting those threats with a very real sense of urgency. Let me begin by saying we do not seek conflict with communist China, but we will not push out of political region. Now for me, now for people who don't know, Pete Hegseth has very extreme political views, and he is an aggressive China hawk. See, you know, I just looked up the word hawk. He was formerly a host on Fox News, the right-wing TV channel, and Trump used to watch him all the time on TV and said he should run the U.S. military. And Pete Hegseth published a book in 2020 that outlined his extreme fundamentalist religious views. It said the book is called American Crusade, and in it he proudly refers to himself as a crusader. He says that the U.S. empire should continue to continue let me see what was continue the Christian crusade that were launched 8,000 years ago. See, these devils, they think they living in the past, man. And I wanna get something too. I'm gonna go to that cognitive. We're gonna go into that too. It said here, the Christian crusade that were launched 1,000 years ago, and on the first page of the book, he said that the right wing in the United States, which he proudly identified with, is waging a holy war. He used the term holy war, and who are the targets of this holy war. He made it very clear that in the handbook, he said those targets are China. And he always referred to China as communist China, with this kind of Cold War rhetoric. He said, so he said communist China, the international left, and Islam, billions of Muslims around the world. Those are the main end targets of this holy war, led by the guy who is now overseeing the Pentagon in the U.S. Department of Defense. The U.S. Defense Secretary claimed that supposedly China seeks hegemony. I said hegemony. I call it hegemony in the Asia Pacific region, which, by the way, is false. The Chinese government has constantly said it does not want hegemony. Essentially, what Pete Hegseth was trying to do is he was warning other countries in the Asia Pacific region who were attending the Shanghai dialogue, the conference. He was telling them that the U.S. empire wants to ally with other countries in Asia against China. And he claimed that supposedly China was bullying other countries in the region and threatening to use military force. He didn't mention that China has not fought a war since 1979. And Hegseth claimed that China is a big threat, and the U.S. is going to protect Asia. And of course, its real goal is to maintain U.S. hegemony in the region. See, it's about that money, man. It said China seeks to begin a hegemonic power in the Asia. Gold is a Memorial Day thing, part of the vibrant and vital region through its massive military buildup and growing willingness to use military force to achieve its goals, including gray zone tactics and hybrid warfare. China has demonstrated that it wants to fundamentally alter the region's status quo. We cannot look away and we cannot ignore it. China's behavior toward its neighbor and the world is a wake-up call to an urgent one. Now, this is all completely false and absurd. If you know anything about China's foreign policy, you will know that China has constantly emphasized over decades that it does not seek hegemony. And in fact, it doesn't want the country to have hegemony. This has been a slogan back to Mao Zedong and Deng Xiaoping, and today under China's President Xi Jinping. All of these leaders have China China is against colonialism, imperialism, and hegemony. Or as they say in China, hegemonianism. This is constantly reiterated by Chinese diplomats. They use the Chinese term Ba Chuan, which means hegemony, and they say they do not want hegemony. In fact, when the People's Republic of China normalized the diplomatic relations with the United States and Japan in 1970, one of the causes of the diplomatic conflict was that China insisted that in the joint statement signed by China and the U.S. and also in the joint statement signed by China and Japan, there had to be someone known as the anti-hegemony clause. It said, and Japan did not want to sign this. Yeah, go ahead. Let me out, driver. Hey, how you doing now? All right. Hey, what's going on, Tim? Huh? Yeah. What you said? Smoke what? No. Damn. Yes. Where you at? So yeah. So. Okay. With Tim. So let me see here. And did I get it? Oh yeah, I got it. Damn, I thought I lost my what you call it? Let's go down here. Let's get this right here. Then I can just jump back on the bus. No, let me see. Let's get this right here. So yeah, so this is what's going on. They America want to bully because they got a competitor right now. As Dr. Wolf says, you know, hey, this place is falling, and they got a competitor that got another hegemon that all these other nations they can go around America when they try to put them sanctions on them, you know. So, and one of I think it was Elder Malcolm said it's gonna lead to that war because America, they want to control. They want to, like as he said, they want fully control of the Asian Pacific, and mainly that territory. You see. I give you about. So, man, things finna heat up. I'm almost done with the article. I mean but I'm gonna read. Keep on reading, because this was getting interesting. Going this way right here. Let's keep going here. So where did I find them? Oh, shoot right here. Hey, excuse me. Where them the little caffeine you know, in the little containers.
All the drinks is gonna be the very last aisle.
Very last, okay.
Yeah, right across from the freezer.
All right, thank you. All right. So let's keep going here. Let me read some more of this. I think this is where I was last time when I got some. Oh, here they go right here. There's about 3 of these joints. They done went up too. Get on.
Pero te está avisando, ¿verdad?
I got
En
enough.
cambio,
3.
ella no.
I might have enough. With my water, I can just do my water in there. That's beautiful. Yeah. Excuse me there. How you doing? That line long as hell, boy. Oh, there's one right there. That's it right here. So let's keep going here. Hey, excuse me, sir. Hey, can I pay for these real quick? Thank you. I think they got everything. This ain't got but this right here. Thank you, man. Yeah. So yeah, let's keep reading here. It says here,
6 is gonna open, 1.6 normal.
they use Chinese term Bachuan, which means hegemony. And they say they do not want hegemony. In fact, when the People Republic of China normalized diplomatic relations with the United States and Japan in the 1990s. I mean, 1970. And it said of the causes of the diplomatic conflict was that China insists that in the joint statement signed by China and the U.S. and also by the joint statement signed by China and Japan, they had to be something known.
Hello, it's number 507.
How much?
507.
507. That's 7%. No, I'm good. Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, thanks, man. Okay. Y'all forgive me for pausing, for delaying. I'm back. But like I was saying, so America, man, they trying to control the South. They want to control things that's not theirs. You know, and to continue to have that world dominance. You know, they ain't got the power compared to, they don't possess the powers that can rise up against China and Russia, you know, for militarily. You know, they got, Russia got weapons, man, technology that's far advanced, way far advanced than Russia. I mean, than America and they Western allies, you know? So, hey, these people in for a rude awakening, man. You know, as we go further into this, we get closer to this end, okay? It says here, let me go back. It says here, it says, now this is the all urgent one. Now this is all completely false and absurd. If you know anything about China foreign policy, you will know that China has constantly emphasized has over decades that it does not seek hegemony, and in fact, it doesn't want countries to have hegemony. This has been the slogan going back to I read all this here. Let's go down. I'm trying to skip down. Ooh, I had a lot more to go. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let y'all watch the video, and I'm just gonna go for that. Let's go to the scriptures. So this speech by Pete Hegseth and the context surrounding it clearly reflects the intensifying militaristic posture of the U.S. Establishing under the Trump administration towards China, not based on China's actual aggression, but on perceived threats, strategic rivalry, and the desire to maintain U.S. global hegemony, particularly in the Asia-Pacific region. See, it's about that money, man. Donald Trump trying to save his money. You know, he trying to save the money he done robbed and stole and killed for, you know? But hey, the Lord, they in for a rude awakening. Cause hey, the Lord gonna use China to get at these people, man. I'm trying to I wanna get in the shade. In the shade. So I can see the bus. Yeah, right here. So this is what going on, you know? Okay, let me see, let's go back. So it said Trump administration towards China, not based on China's actual aggression, but on the perceived threats, strategic rivalries, and desire to maintain U.S. global hegemony, particularly in the Asia-Pacific regions. Okay, let's break it down. Orwellian. They talking about, I think they were referencing George Orwell book. It said Orwellian language, preparing for war to prevent war. What that don't make no sense, do it? Okay, let's go into this thing. It said those who long for peace must prepare for war. That don't make no sense. Okay? So this is the classic double thinking, see? Double think. Well, I said double thinking. Similar to Orwell's War is Peace from 1984. It's a propaganda tool meant to justify aggression under the guise of defense, see? Hey, you know what? I was figuring that, the other day about, I said, man, you know what? I said, I bet you Trump knew about that Putin assassination attempt. He knew about it. I think, this is my perspective, He was up on it, and they probably did plan this here, man. Now they getting desperate because that plan didn't work, you see? Okay? I'm trying to stand in some shade. Oh, there's no shade right here. You see? So, right here. Right here. See? Okay, let's go. Let's get it. It says here, let's get Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. And it reads, it said, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his in his heart. His word was softer than oil, yet they were drawing swords, see? So the Bible verse here is saying, let's get Isaiah chapter 10, verse 13. Let's get that. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 13. Hold on, my phone trying to freeze up on me. Psalm chapter Isaiah chapter 10, verse 13. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 13, and it reads, I'm going to start at 12. It says, wherefore it shall come to pass that when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria and the glory of his high look. See, so hey, the buzzword Assyria is a buzzword for Esau Edom, man, for the Edomite. It says here in Egypt, buzzword for the Idumeans. This spiritually prophetic. It's prophetic, but everything emulate what we went through is going on now. Okay? So this verse here is saying, hold on. So Isaiah chapter 10, verse 12 is saying, after the Lord used the king of Assyria to accomplish his purpose on Mount Zion in Jerusalem, he will turn against the king of Assyria and punish him, for he is proud and arrogant. See, so the Lord gonna use this devil to get at 2/3 of Jake, and then after he get done using him, they reach that level of the threshing, then the Lord gonna turn around and punish these heathen nations. Okay? And more so Esau Edom, because he's the one trying to come out to us. Let's go here to verse 13, here go the point right here. It said, for he said, by the strength of my hand, I have done it, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. See? Hey, so this is America, man. This is how they've been getting down since World War II, after World War II, and around World War II. Okay, let's go back. You know, they would deem Cohen the hammer of the earth. You know, matter of fact, let's get that. It says here, Isaiah chapter 41, verse 7, and it reads, so the carpenter encouraged the goldsmith, and he is smoothed with the hammer him that smote the anvil, saying, it is ready for the soldering, and he fastened it with the nail, that it should not move. This ain't the one I wanted. Oh, here you go right here. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 23, and it reads, it said, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? See, so this is the judgment for this whore. This is what's coming. All right. So the Lord gonna make this place desolate. Okay. So it said, Isaiah chapter 10, verse 13 again said, for he said, by the strength of my hand, I have done it, and I have removed the bounds of the people. So this is what the devil do. He removed the bounds of he conquered, sent people in and assassinate the leader, like he just tried to, you know, I don't know, quiet as kept, you know, the culprit thing, you know. This is their playbook. This is how they get down. They try to take Putin out, you know what I mean? And that plan failed. So, cause see, the Lord got a divine purpose for Putin. You know, he's the bear. And I believe that dude know he's the bear. Me and some of the other brothers been saying this for a long time, especially the brother out of London. Shalom, by the way, brother. Okay. It said the encapsulate Esau Edom deceptive nature speaks of peace while preparing for domination, Salafi. 2, it said U.S. claims to be a Pacific power. The justification for U.S. presence in the Indo-Pacific stems from Hawaii and decades of occupation in Japan and South Korea, but it's not defense. It's imperial expansion cloaked in the national security. Real agenda, it said to maintain economic supremacy. See, I said that. Prevent China from becoming the center of Euro-Asian integration, etc. Belt and Road Initiative. Okay, push countries to decoupled from China economically. This is what America trying to do. But they ain't gonna succeed. China and Russia, they part of that BRIC nation, man. That ain't doing nothing but making they bond grow stronger in that BRIC alliance. Let's get Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. It says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. Let's get it right here. Habakkuk chapter 2. I'm going to start at 4. It said, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith, by his faith. So it's found the elder apostles and bishops and the like-minded men on down as myself, man. This is what we doing. And the hopefully elect daughters of Zion, that's, them came back to the, knowing they role in this thing of ours. And the little kids that that the Lord is gonna spare on this side. So we deem it the hopefully elect. It says, verse 5, it said, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. See, hey, they've been doing this ever since 1940. I mean, 1939. Well, when the First World War and after. That's how they formed their NATO alliance in the EU as allies. They were part of this beast system. Okay? It says here, Obadiah chapter 1, verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. See? So the Lord gonna bring these devils down, man. Okay. Let me go and get on. Go ahead, bro. So it says here, so Obadiah chapter 1, verse 4, it said, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. So the Lord finna bring these people down, man. You can go ahead, buddy. 3, it said Pete Hexek Crusaders mentality. The fact that the Hexek meet again. All right. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go and bring this on out. It's running late. I'm getting in an hour, so we'll just hopefully tomorrow get a good run. I'll get up early in the morning when it's cool out and get the late. Hour and So this is what's going on. So P. Hexek Crusader mentality. The fact that Hexek openly refers to the. Hold on, y'all, bear with me here. There we go. Okay, let's get it. It says here, the fact that that Hashmoni openly refers to himself as a crusader, Hexek, it said, and promotes a holy war against Islam, communism, and China is deeply alarming and explicitly religio-political extremism. It said this aligns the Pentagon's action with the with a Christian Zionist manifest destiny, not democratic value. They give Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. Revelation chapter 6, verse 4, and it reads, it says here, this concerns the second seal. It said, I'm going to start at 3. It said, and when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and the power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should be, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. See, this is what's going on now, man. Matter of fact, let's go right here for a second. Go to second Ezra, the 15th chapter, and let's start at the top. It said, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So our people that don't have knowledge of this truth, and 2/3, they deem that they're 2/3. And along with some of these leaders, so-called leaders, that know they're gonna die by the sword as well. Some of these leaders, that they need churches, they need judges, lawyers. It don't matter, man. They all going to part of the 2/3. It says here, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Why, Lord? Why are you going to bring all this death and destruction? Why are you going to bring these plagues? For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So the Lord said, wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. It's time to pay this place a visit. In layman terms, that's what I'm saying. Verse 7, it said, therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. It's talking about us, the prophets, that's complaining continually for all, inside cry for all abomination that occurs in this place and throughout the earth. It said, therefore, said Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. See? So the Lord is avenging our blood from among the heathen nations. It's called judgment. Behold, my people, say what? Behold, my people is led as they flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. So when you go into Egypt, it's referencing spiritual Egypt. I'm talking about here. And watch, I'm going to show you how. Because I got new listeners. It says here, I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues. See, this is what's going on now. As before, see? And see, the Lord used that language as before, see? Let's read that again. It says here, what was it? As before, right here. It says here, let's read it again. It says, but I would bring them out with a mighty hand and stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. See, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishments that Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh shall bring upon it. So this is what's going on. And if you jump down to 14, no, let's go to secondary 14. So the Lord telling his people, his holy elect, that thou lay up in thy heart the signs that I have showed in the dream that I have seen, that thou hast seen. Let me read that again. It said, secondary chapter 14, verse 8, that thou, let's start at 7. It said, and now I say unto thee that thou lay up in thy heart the signs that I have showed in the dream that thou hast seen, and the interpretation which thou hast heard. Verse 9, it said that thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth that thou remain with my son, and with such as be like thee until the time is ended. See, so we at the end of the time right now. So Ezra is back on the scene. All the prophets are back. If you believe in reincarnation, okay. It says here, it says, for the world had lost its youth, and the time began to wax old. So the world had lost its youth, and the time have begun to wax old. That's why a lot of these people waxing cold, heart love a minute waxing cold. It said, for the world is divided into 12 parts, and 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of the 10th part and there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part. Now therefore set thy house in order. This is verse 13. It said, now therefore set thy house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. See, this started with the elder apostles and bishops and like-minded men on down. This is what we are doing. We renouncing corruption. It said, let go of the mortal thoughts and cast away the burdens of man, and put off now the weak nature. See, so we got to put off now our weak nature. You know, hey, it's hard, but hey, we got to make effort and ask the Lord to give us strength each day. You know, I had to pray 3 times a day. You know, to ask the Lord for strength. Some days I forget to get the 3 days in, so I got to get more discipline in that area. You know, but I think I make up for it when I set up and do a lesson. You know, and then I wake up with a prayer, and then before I go out, I say a prayer, and then I do a prayer when I'm doing a lesson, or close with a prayer. Let's keep going here. I'm gonna get in the spirit of trying to, if it's the Lord will, to continue to pray, you know, and start praying more often. You know, more than, you know, if I do 3 prayers, try to do 6. I used to do it when I was a Muslim, so why not, you know, recite the prayers, you know, ask the Lord for forgiveness. You know, because man, we in the earthly bodies, man, we're not perfect. That's what we're striving for right now. We in the corruptible body, as Elder Apostle Barbie saying. You know, always cite. You know. Let's go back to where I was at. It said, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. See? What time? To flee from these times, for yet greater evils, say what? For yet greater evil than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done in hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age. So much more shall evil increase upon them that dwell therein. See? For the time is fled far away, and leashing is hard at hand. For now hasteth the vision to come which thou hast seen. Okay, so this is what we got to do. You know? And so this is what's going on now. And so we got to hasten because vision because hey, we living in evil times, man. Look what's going on. This devil talking about war, then peace. Okay, let's go back to the breakdown. Let's get Revelation chapter 13, verse 7. Revelation chapter 13, verse 6. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all the kindred and tongues and nations. So The beast Esau Edom's system uses a religion, war, and propaganda as weapons of deception. Okay, hypocrisy, accusing China of hegemony. It said despite the U.S. military presence in over 750 bases globally, they claim China is the aggressor. See? Man, these people, they got that colonial cognitive denialism going on. It said, even though China hasn't started a war in over 40 years, the U.S. fear the multipolar world that it cannot control. See, they try to control a multipolar world and they can't. Their time is up. It's at an end. It's over. Okay, second address. They get second address. The 11th chapter. Second Ezra chapter 11, verse 40. Second Ezra chapter 11, verse 40. Start at 39. It said, art now thou it that remaineth of the four beasts whom I made to reign in the my world, that the end of their time might come through them. Verse 40. It said, second Ezra chapter 11, verse 40. It said, and the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that was past and had power over the world with great fearfulness and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression, and so long time dwelt upon him the earth with deceit. Verse 41, it said, for the earth has thou not judged with truth, for thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, thou hast loved liars, and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and has cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. See, hey, this is how the man get down, man. But yet he coming in the skies of peace. Good luck with that. Okay, let's get some more. It says here, let's get Daniel chapter 7, verse 7. Daniel chapter 7, verse 6, it said, after this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a foul beast, had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to him, to it. So this verse here is saying, then the third of these strange beasts appeared, and it had looked like a leopard, and it had 4 birds' wings on its back, and it had 4 heads. Great authority was given to this beast. Verse 7, here go the point. It said, after this I saw in the night vision, and behold, the 4th beast dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth. Say what? It had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. So this is referencing a mare. So verse 7 is saying, in my vision that night I saw a 4th beast, terrifying, dreadful, and very strong. It devoured and crushed its victims with huge iron teeth, and trampled their remains beneath its feet. It was different from any of the other beasts. It had 10 horns. So this is referencing America. So let's go back. So Taiwan manufactured crisis. Despite recognizing the one China policy, the U.S. Now militarized the politically empowered separatists in Taiwan, provoking a red line for China. This is designed to trigger war, not avoid it, all to stop China's rise. Okay? Let's get Proverbs chapter 3, verse 17. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 17, and it reads, I'm going to start at 16. It said, the length of days in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. Somebody talking about mother wisdom. So she offered you life in her right hand, and riches and honor in her left. She will guide you down the delightful path. All her ways are satisfied. She's talking about mother wisdom. See, those who find it is saved. You know. But 2/3 of our people don't know nothing about this. They don't have a clue. They don't have a clue what's going on. Man, y'all, I was reading the wrong verse. Proverbs 26, verse 17. Let's start at, remember I started off the lesson with that word, I looked up that word slot. Okay, this one right here is slothful. It says here, it said, the slothful hideth his hand in his bosom. It grieveth him to bring it again to his mouth. Verse 16, the sluggard is wiser than his own conceit, than seven men that can render a reason. So the Lord is saying here that lazy people take food in their hand but don't even lift it up to their mouth. Lazy people consider themselves smarter than 7 wise counselors. So this describes Donald Trump to the teeth. in his administration. Let's get Matthew chapter 24. 4 verse 6. And it reads, it said, and ye shall hear of wars and rumor of wars, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquake in diverse places. Hey, this is what we're seeing right now. This is what's going on. Okay? Verse 8, it said, all these are the beginning of sorrow. See, these are the beginning of sorrow, the birth pain that we're going to have to go through before we come into, before the Lord crack the skies and come and deliver us. Just hopefully that, let's put it that way. Okay, let's go here to the final analysis control collapse prophecy. Okay, so this is a controlled collapse by the stage. I mean, that were orchestrated through the international bankers. This is their playbook. This is part of their secret covenant. And what I do is when I do part 2 of this lesson, if it's the Lord will, today, I will go into the covenant and tie it all in. And then we'll watch the video, watch the rest of the video that I got saved. So America is getting desperate because the economy is collapsing. So this damn devil, he's trying to wage war. And the Edomites, they trying to wage war on the poor. They the one run America. They are the deep state. Okay? They said this is all part of the greater beast system strategy. See, they trying to collapse this current hegemony and bring about this new system, which is going to be digital. Okay, we'll go into that in the next lesson as well. It said this is all part of the greater beast system strategy. Provoke war, consolidate control, destroy a rival, China, Russia, and justify total surveillance military response domestically and globally. See? The U.S. military pivot to Asia and part of, let's get Revelation chapter 16. Revelation chapter 16. Let's start at 13.
Approaching second zero.
Revelation chapter 16 verse, let's start at 12 and read to 16. It said, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Prepared for what? Revelation chapter 9 verse 14, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels, say what? Loose the four angels, say what? Loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. Revelation chapter 11 verse 14. The second woe is past, behold, the third woe come quickly. See, this is what we in now, the third woe. Or is manifesting itself. Isaiah chapter 8 verse 7. Now therefore behold, Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashai bring up upon them the waters of the rivers strong and many, even the king of Assyria in all the glory, and he shall come up over all his channels and go over all his banks. See, hey, this is what's coming. This is talking about them coming, them ICBM missiles, they're gonna ring down and forth, to and fro. And more so right here in the daughter of Babylon. Okay, let's go back. Revelation 16 verse 12. Revelation chapter 16 verse 13, and it reads, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come up out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. So who is this false prophet? Talking about the church, and more so the Catholic Church. It's Catholicism. I call it. I struggle with that word. Catholicism, Catholicism. They the branch, they the head of the Christian church. All umbrellas of the churches come under them. They the head, and the rest fall under them in their order. In they order. These are Christianity. Modern day Christianity, which the Lord gonna come and destroy. Come take these double down. So yeah, that Pope is their leader. Then they got American Pope now. Hey, that Pope opened up the Pope that the Lord took. That dude opened up that portal, man. You got all type of wickedness that's going on now since he did that. But hey, at the end of the day, that's the Lord's plan. This is the Lord's movie. We just the characters playing it out. Everybody's in their lot, you see. Okay, let's get it said, and verse 13 again. It said, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Verse 14, for they are spirits. Say what? They are spirits. They are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them for the battle of the great day of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, who everybody even call Jesus Christ Almighty. Verse 15, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. See? So the Lord gonna come back on 2/3 of our people like a thief in the night. That's why we watching, Verse 16. Verse 16, it said, and he gathered them together into the place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. See? So this is what's going on now. The Lord is preparing, he's moving the chess pieces, and preparing these nations to fight one another in this land. And the Lord land along with America gonna be destroyed, but take care, sister. But the land, hey, we're gonna the land of Israel gonna be rebuilt. You see? All right. Okay, let's get some more. How much time we in? Oh, 2 hours? Okay, cool. I'm on schedule. Okay, I'm gonna bring out, let's go and close this thing on off. All right, damn. Okay, hold on, y'all, bear with me here. Hold on. Let me put on this while my back hurt. Shit. Backpack on properly. I might just come back out here later on and do my lesson out here. Set it up, set my camera right there by the house and get it in. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh. So yeah, Trump and them, man, they know hey, this thing is over. Like Dr. Whoop said, it's over. This is the last hurrah. And Americans in denialism, cognitive denialism. Okay? Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna spend the rest of this lesson going into that. This next 20 minutes, this next segment, going into that. Tying that into how it relates to what's going on for the next 10 minutes or so. Let me see here. All right, here. Let me see here. Yeah, we got all that. Got all this. Okay, so the U.S. Pivots. So the U.S. pivot towards Asia is part of the Revelation 16, 13, and 14. But I read to 16. Okay, and this is what's going on now. But first, they got to implement this chip. You know, we weren't going into that. I'm gonna bring out some of that in the next segment. My next lesson. I'm just gonna leave it here. So let's just go back to some of the things. So the war is peace. U.S. military expansion, China, and the prophetic beast rising. Okay, that's section 1. Orwellian speech breakdown. It said Hexec peace through strength is spiritual deception. Pursuing Psalm 55 verse 21. Double think used to justify global empire. Section 2, the false accusation of hegemony. The U.S. accusing China of what it's doing. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 5. China's anti-hegemony policy versus U.S. imperialism. Okay, I got some stuff on that. It said 3, the religious extremism in military doctrine, crusader mindset now runs Pentagon, prophets, prophetic parallels to Revelation 6 and 13. Section 4, the pivot to Asia, preparation for war. The real motive is to encircle China, collapse multipolarity, Taiwan and Southeast Asia as pressure points. 5, it said prophetic implications, rumors of wars, Matthew 24. And then the beasts gather nations to war, Revelation 16. Esau, so the Lord is moving the chess pieces around. You know, Esau, a final push before the downfall of Obadiah 1 and 4, the downfall of Esau Edom. So I hope you all edified. Let's get a prayer. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekah Kadash, Shalom. And second, foremost, I'd like to give double shouts and double honor to all the elder apostles and bishops from GMS who rule well. And third, I'd like to say shalom to all the like-minded men on down as myself that's going out to the highways and byways doing what's pleasing before the Lord. I'd like to say shalom to you all as well. And may Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, and to you sisters, you Akwas, I think I'm pronouncing right, and may shalom, may Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai bless you all as well. Those who turn back to the Lord in truth and sincerity and taking their role in this thing of ours, you know. So I'd like to say shalom to you all as well. May Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai bless us all and our family as we go further off into this great tribulation. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'm out.